...2015 is being widely seen as an important turning point in the India story. Our new growth-oriented government has hit the road running, and the resultant overall sentiment has been quite upbeat. Expectations are high, and the world is watching closely to see whether we will be able to deliver on the promise of Achhe Din. We are seeing the start of a revival in India, even as countries the world over are grappling with continued macroeconomic and socio-political uncertainty. Macroeconomic indicators have started trending in the right direction. GDP growth has increased to 7.4% from 6.9% in the previous year. Consumer inflation has dropped to 6% from 9.5%. India's GDP growth rate has already outpaced that of China. India is already the third largest economy in the world by purchasing power parity. India also continues to be the highest ranking country on Nielsen's Consumer Confidence Index for the 16th quarter in a row. While these indicators are encouraging, we are yet to see a translation into strong demand on the ground. This is where the strong on-ground execution of our reform agenda will be absolutely critical. The government's intent has been to kick-start the twin engines of bringing growth back on track and taming inflation. This, of course, requires a long-term roadmap of concrete fiscal and structural changes to revitalize our economy and encourage investment-led growth. In short, drive jobs and growth. The easing of lending rates and structural reforms such as the implementation of the goods and services tax will be key drivers of demand going ahead. Following through on this successfully will be critical to fast-track economic growth. Make in India offers a much-needed boost to employment generation. Initiatives like Skill India and a concerted focus on education will have longer-term impact. Revving up sectors like manufacturing and boosting infrastructure will aid GDP growth and investment, resulting in more jobs. This is critical, given that much of our projected success hinges on a growing young workforce. Rural India too is a big focus, as we aim for sustainable and equitable growth. This should benefit from the increased allocation for rural infrastructure development. Promoting innovation and entrepreneurship has become key, as has the drive on Digital India. Steps are also being taken to improve the ease of doing business and the investment climate in our country. At the same time, however, we will need a much more comprehensive socio-economic reform agenda to ensure that this growth addresses allied concerns of poverty, education, sanitation, public health, and safety. I firmly believe that our great country holds tremendous potential. The fundamentals of our economy are stronger than ever before, and there is much that we can capitalize on. As corporate India, we are fortunate to have this opportunity today to play such a defining role in her growth trajectory. I'd now like to speak about GCPL's transformational journey. At GCPL, we have ambitious growth plans to become an emerging markets FMCG leader and delight our consumers with superior quality, world-class products at affordable prices. What is particularly exciting for us is that not just India, but all our emerging market geographies hold tremendous long-term potential. Estimates suggest that these markets will contribute close to 36% of the forecasted increase in the world's population over the next 5 years. Close to half of the total global consumption is also slated to come from these markets. So we as we see it, there are significant opportunities for growth in our core geographies and categories. In order to leverage this tremendous potential, we will need to become more agile and future-ready as a company. We are building on the strong leadership positions of our brands, investing heavily in innovation, looking for ways to capitalize on the potential of our international businesses, and ramping up our sales, supply chain, and manufacturing systems. We are also ensuring that we have the right talent on board to lead all these efforts. This exciting transformational journey at GCPL is what we have named Future Now. Over the last few years, we have been building a strong platform for sustainable growth. At the same time, we also have a tremendous track record of value creation. In fact, over the last 10 years, we have achieved 15 times sales growth at a compounded annual growth of 31% and 13 times EBITDA at a compounded annual growth of 29%. The market has also rewarded us well for our strong performance with a 16-time appreciation in share price, delivering a compounded annual growth of 32% since 2005. This places GCPL among the best performing stocks during this period. I am very pleased to share with you that GCPL has continued to deliver a strong performance in fiscal year 2015. Despite ongoing global macroeconomic challenges, our business has outperformed and grown ahead of the overall FMCG sector and the home and personal care categories that we participate in. Sales for our consolidated business in fiscal year 2015 stood at Indian rupees 8,242 crore, which was higher by 9% than the previous year. Our India business grew by 9% and international business also by 9%. Net profit for the year was Indian rupees 907 crore. The earnings per share for the year was Indian rupees 26.65. The total dividend paid amounts to 550%, which is Indian rupees 5.5 per share. We expect to see a gradual recovery in the macroeconomic environment and for the Indian economy to consequently gather pace in fiscal year 2016. The fundamentals of the FMCG sector remain strong and there is still significant growth potential given the low penetration and consumption rates for many FMCG categories in the country. While macroeconomic factors remain challenging in some of our international markets, we believe that we are well placed to continue our strong sales and profitability growth momentum. Driving this momentum will be our biggest priority. Our blueprint for growth. We have recently articulated the GCPL blueprint for growth. This will define our focus and approach over the coming years. We have 7 key elements in our playbook. 1. Extending leadership in our core categories in India. We continue to fortify our leadership position as one of the largest household and personal care companies in the country. As we see it, there are tremendous growth opportunities in our current categories of personal wash, hair care, and home care. We are leaders in hair color, household insecticides, and liquid detergents, the number 2 player in toilet soaps, and a fast-growing entrant in air care. We want to continue to drive penetration and consumption in our core categories, as well as extend into attractive adjacencies. For example, we forayed into shower gels under Synthol and air fresheners under Godrej Air. Within household insecticides, we are extending our focus from just protection against mosquitoes to other pests such as roaches. Our innovations address the bottom of the pyramid as well as provide premium benefits to our mass consumers and are helping us accelerate our growth. A couple of years ago, we democratized the creme color category by introducing a disruptive creme hair color in a sachet, a first for the Indian market. Good Night Fast Card, our hugely successful paper-based mosquito repellent at just 1 rupee, was designed as solution for the under-penetrated rural market. Recently, we have extended our Godrej #1 soap brand to include a face wash range and created India's first ever multi-use face wash sachet. Capitalizing on international growth potential. Our approach to international expansion follows what we call a 3x3 strategy, building a presence in 3 emerging geographies, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, across 3 categories: personal care, hair care, and home care. We have considerably scaled up our international presence over the last 5 years. Close to half of our overall revenues now comes from these geographies, and our products are available in over 60 countries. Overall, our strategy is to drive growth in the categories where we are leaders and have a competitive advantage. We are the #1 player in air fresheners and wet tissues in Indonesia and hair color across various countries in Africa and Latin America. We are also leaders in hair extensions in Africa and the #2 player in household insecticides in Indonesia. Over 2/3 of our team members are also based outside India. We believe that there are tremendous long-term growth opportunities in emerging markets. These geographies are home to 80% of the world's population. They are also slated to account for over half of the increase in global consumption going ahead. Our largest international business in Indonesia grew well ahead of the FMCG market in the country last year. We have made good progress on the next phase of the integration of the Darling businesses in Africa and also acquired Frika, a leading premium hair extensions player in South Africa. This has helped us further consolidate our presence on the continent. In Latin America too, our business performed well. Growth in our UK business, though, was slower. In 2014, we organized our international business operations into clusters: Africa, Latin America and Europe, and rest of Asia. To become more agile, provide greater focus, and enable more cross-pollination while sustaining the entrepreneurial spirit of our unique multi-local model. We also made our various functions like human resources, supply chain, innovation, and research and development more global to better support our international operations and drive greater synergies. As the next step, we have now extended the cluster structure to our India and SAARC business. Our focus for the last few years has been on successfully integrating our acquisitions and crafting a roadmap to realize the full potential of these businesses. What makes our approach unique is that we are committed to sustaining the entrepreneurial spirit of our acquired businesses while leveraging the benefits of scale that GCPL has to offer. So we are working closely with our teams to build on our strong local brands and set up best-in-class processes. We are also driving a lot of cross-pollination of ideas and technology across these businesses. Third, accelerating innovation and renovation. Innovation is a key driver of our growth strategy. Over the last few years, we have re-architected our approach. We are accelerating our innovation pipeline, ramping up internal capabilities, investing significantly in research and development, and sharing learning across geographies to create more exciting products. We also have cross-functional teams from across design, marketing, innovation, research and development, and supply chain who come together to drive these different innovation projects. To support our innovation efforts, we have enhanced our research and development spends and are building a new state-of-the-art research and development center at our headquarters in Mumbai. In our India business, we have introduced several new products and renovations over the last couple of years, including air fresheners, creme hair color in a sachet, anti-road gel, paper-based mosquito repellents, shower gels, the most powerful liquid vaporizer in household insecticides, a range of hand washes, hand sanitizers, and personal repellents, face washes, and a range of premium hair care products. We have also launched a number of new products across our international businesses. In fact, GCPL was the highest-ranked Indian company at number 24 on Forbes' list of the world's 100 most innovative growth companies 2015 for a second year in a row. Our focus on innovation has allowed us not just build on our core categories, but also find new emerging footholds in adjacencies and thereby broaden our portfolio and drive additional sales. Today, almost 40% of our incremental sales in India is being driven by new products. Our innovation agenda is not restricted to our products alone. In marketing, we follow an integrated marketing communication approach, where the focus is on one big idea for each brand and driving impactful execution across all mediums: mass media advertising, online marketing, trade engagements, consumer engagements at the point of purchase, and public relations. Take our Synthol brand, for example, which is built around the idea of alive is awesome. Becoming digitally fit is critical for us. This is not a choice between digital and traditional marketing, but an integrated approach which makes digital a key part of the overall marketing strategy. We want to accelerate digital adoption and embedded digital in our overall culture. So we have hired digital managers as part of our brand marketing teams who are closely involved in the overall brand strategy. We are exploring different platforms and developing digital-specific content instead of just tailoring regular communication for digital use. Experimenting with mobile technology for more engagement and outreach is also an important area of focus. 4, building a future-ready sales system in India. We've done a lot of intensive on-the-ground work to enhance our go-to-market approach and deepen our distribution both in rural and urban markets. We also recently set up a new zonal structure to help us drive growth. Rural accounts for 35% of the overall FMCG sales in India and 65% of FMCG growth. It is therefore an important focus for us, and we continue to make efforts to deepen distribution and reach. The rural consumer is also evolving fast and increasingly seeking branded quality products. The emergent rural super consumer segment is of particular interest to us. Today, the top 35,000 villages in India contribute to close to half of all rural consumption. This is a significant opportunity for us to tap into. Our focus is on driving smarter and increased rural extraction. This involves enhancing productivity in the top 20,000 villages. We are now ramping up sales manpower and setting aside focused marketing investments for these areas. We have launched a One Rural program to leverage cross-functional efforts from across sales, marketing, and media. This helps us better explore rural media opportunities, fine-tune our rural go-to-market strategy, and use technology to measure the effectiveness of spends and support better decision-making. We are also in the process of creating a separate team to spearhead rural marketing initiatives in our key rural markets. Our quality of coverage in rural markets and augmenting expansion efforts has led to significant benefits. Our rural coverage has expanded to 55,000 villages. Overall, rural, which comprises close to 30% of our India sales, is now significantly outpacing urban growth. We are ramping up capabilities and leveraging technology to drive greater portfolio penetration in urban markets. Today, over 1,800 of our salespeople in urban markets use handheld terminals. We are also strengthening our go-to-market approach in urban markets to increase efficiency and coverage. Through better segmentation of sellers and more feet on the street, we have significantly expanded the number of outlets we cover in urban India. Our urban direct outlet coverage has expanded by over 20% in the last 18 months. We have been focusing our attention on growing specialist channels like chemists and cosmetics and tapping opportunities in emergent channels like e-commerce, where we have set up a dedicated team. At the same time, we are using technology for better decision-making and to make our sales organization more future-ready. We continue to enhance the functional capabilities of our team members through customized development programs. Fifth, making our supply chain best in class. Leveraging a global best-in-class supply chain to become more agile is imperative for us. We have established world-class practices and centers of excellence. We are also working with our different international businesses to strengthen and enhance their supply chain processes. We have integrated leading practices on demand-driven supply chain, continuous replenishment, and theory of constraints to make us more responsive to continuously changing consumer demand patterns. As a result of these efforts, we are clocking higher fill rates, which are now an industry benchmark. We have mapped these cutting-edge replenishment practices to the Advanced Planning and Optimization module of SAP. These practices have now been deployed across our international businesses. We are also equipping our manufacturing systems to become more flexible with adequate capacity buffers to support this agility in responding to changes in demand. This is being done through capacity debottlenecking, using total productive maintenance, lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, and low-cost automation. Given the response to our new products over the last couple of years, we are also ramping up manufacturing capacities across geographies. Our other initiatives are also complementing these efforts. Global strategic sourcing is resulting in significant benefits to our bottom line. This year, we launched a project on barcoding shippers, which is progressing well. It helps improve the freshness of our products at the time of sale, while offering better logistics practices and product traceability. 6. Building an agile and high-performance culture. Being recognized as a great place to work is an important part of our overall ambition of being a leading global FMCG player. We take much pride in fostering an outstanding workplace and are fully committed to providing our team members with great careers, great rewards, and a great work environment. We are also benchmarking ourselves against best-in-class global perspectives and becoming world-class in our approach to attracting, developing, and retaining talent. We are fortunate to be able to build on the strong Godrej legacy of trust, integrity, and respect for others. At the same time, our exciting and ambitious growth plans translate into us being able to offer unparalleled career opportunities relatively early on in one's career. We believe that passionate, rounded individuals with diverse interests make for better Godrejites. We also understand that our team members play multifaceted roles, both at home and at the workplace. This is why we encourage them not just to explore their whole selves, but also create an enabling space for them to do so. Core to our employer brand is the philosophy of tough love. We expect a lot from our team members, differentiate on the basis of performance and potential through career opportunities and rewards, and lay particular emphasis on developing, mentoring, and training. We expect 100 by 0, 100% accountability and 0 excuses. We have a diversity and inclusion program that runs across our group of companies. One of the principal areas of focus is attracting, retaining, and developing top female talent so that we have a robust pipeline of potential leadership for the next 3 to 5 years. We are reviewing our policies and infrastructure to ensure that we are providing the support that our talent requires to thrive at work. We have also created resource groups for working parents with children, cross-company leadership networks, and workshops and training on professional development. GCPL was recently ranked the #1 FMCG company to work for in India in the Great Place to Work Survey 2015. This is our 12th consecutive year on the list. We ranked number 14 on the Great Place to Work Best Workplaces in Asia 2015 list and were featured among Aon Hewitt's Best Employers in India 2015. 7. Reinforcing our commitment to Godrej Good and Green. As a group, we have always actively championed social responsibility. We are now exploring ways to further this commitment through shared value initiatives that create both social and business benefits. In line with this, we have crafted a vision for playing our part in creating a more inclusive and greener India called Godrej Good and Green. As part of Good and Green by 2020, we will aspire to train 1 million rural and urban youth in skilled employment, create a greener India, and innovate for good and green products. GCPL plays a key role in good and green. Employability is high on our agenda. We have introduced different programs to achieve our goals that are delivering good results. Godrej Saloni trains young women in beauty and hair care. Godrej Vijay trains rural youth in channel sales. And Godrej Sakhi helps rural women to become entrepreneurs. As of today, we have trained 85,000 youth as part of these programs. To manage scale, we have built infrastructure to measure impact, enhanced partner and program capabilities, and invested in technology solutions. We are deeply committed to building environmental sustainability into our operations. We have implemented several initiatives to reduce specific energy and water consumption across all our manufacturing locations. We have also set targets for improvement on environmental aspects for the near term, including energy and water consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. These are regularly monitored to ensure progress. Our green software too helps us map, understand and analyze our environmental footprint from raw materials to finished goods across all factories. Our teams are also exploring ways of developing products that are good and green. A great example of this is Goodnight Fast Guard, our paper-based mosquito repellent. Malaria is a serious concern in India. We see some 24 million cases of malaria each year, with 90% of our population residing in malaria-prone areas. To add to this, in rural India, the penetration of household insecticides is very low because current products are either expensive or require electricity. So to tackle this problem, we created Fast Guard, which is available at just 1 rupee, breaks the price barrier, works instantly, and does not require electricity. Brighter Giving, our employee volunteering initiative, encourages Godrejites to commit time to working with our different NGO partners. The response has been very encouraging, and we are looking forward to scaling up this program. Q1 financial year 2015-16 performance. Today we announce the result of our performance in the first quarter of fiscal year 2016. Consolidated net sales in organic constant currency terms increased by 12%, and we recorded a healthy net profit without exceptionals and one-offs growth of 53%. Reported net profit growth was 39%. The board has declared a dividend of 1 rupee per share. We have had an encouraging start to this fiscal year. Our business has recorded strong profit growth along with double-digit volume-led sales growth across our key categories and geographies. The India branded business grew by 13%. Our international business also recorded a strong 13% growth in organic constant currency terms. Given how the Indian economy is gathering pace, we are optimistic about an improvement in FMCG industry growth rates in the quarters ahead. Though the macroeconomic environment in some of our international markets remains challenging, we are confident of delivering ahead of market profitable volume-led growth in these geographies. Overall, our focus will be on sustaining and extending leadership in our core categories. We are investing for the longer term and accelerating the pace of new product launches to capitalize on the uptick in consumer sentiment and demand. I am confident that with our clear strategic focus, differentiated product portfolio, superior execution, and top-notch team, we will continue to deliver industry-leading results in the future. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to all our business partners, vendors, and other business associates for all their contributions. Many thanks to the various central and state government authorities for all the support that they continue to extend to our business. We owe our success in large measure to the contribution, dedication, and commitment of all our team members who work so hard to make GCPL so successful. My deep appreciation to each of you and your families. To all of our stakeholders for their continued interest, faith, and encouragement through the years, a special thank you. We look forward to your continued partnership and support. Thank you.